Hi, it's so good to be with you again in the worship center. So we're going to tell another story today, like we did last week. But let's get ourselves ready. The Lord be with you and also with you. Let's sing our songs to help us get ready to hear God's stories. Oh God, we adore you. Lay our lives before you. How we love you. Jesus, we adore you. Lay our lives before you. How we love you. Spirit, we adore you. Lay our lives before you. How we love you. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. When we hear those words, we know it's time for one of God's stories. So let's listen to the story of Zacchaeus. This is the season of Lent, the time that we get ready to celebrate the mystery of Easter. The time that we are all on our way to Jerusalem. But who will show us the way? Jesus will show us the way. Once every year, the people of God travel up to the holy city of Jerusalem to celebrate the feast of the Passover, to remember how God led them through the waters to freedom. Jesus and his friends were on their way to Jerusalem, and they were passing through the city of Jericho. Crowds of people were following Jesus. They wanted to see him. They wanted to hear what he had to say. Zacchaeus was the chief tax collector. People didn't like Zacchaeus because he took their money, and that made him very rich. But Zacchaeus wanted to see Jesus. But Zacchaeus was short, and the people wouldn't let him through. So Zacchaeus climbed up the sycamore tree. And when Jesus passed by, he stopped and looked up at Zacchaeus and called Zacchaeus by his name and said, Zacchaeus, come down out of that tree, for I'm going to your house today. Zacchaeus was so happy, he couldn't help but come right down. But the people were very angry. Why is Jesus talking to Zacchaeus? Doesn't he know that Zacchaeus does bad things? He took our money. Zacchaeus said, I will give half of everything I own to the poor. And if I have taken things that don't belong to me, I will give them back, and 4 times more. Jesus said to Zacchaeus, Zacchaeus, today you are saved. You are right with God, and you are right with people. And then Jesus said, I, the special Son of God, have come to find and to save everyone who is lost. I wonder what it is like to be so short that you can't see what you want to see. I wonder how Zacchaeus felt when Jesus called him by his name. I wonder what Jesus and Zacchaeus said as they walked together. I wonder if it was hard for Zacchaeus to give back what didn't belong to him. I wonder how he felt when he gave half of his things to the poor. I wonder how the poor felt. I wonder how Zacchaeus felt when he was right with God and right with people. I wonder what Jesus meant when he said he came to find the lost. Our story today is in the Bible, and we'll light the Christ candle again to help us remember that Jesus is always with us when we listen to his stories and when we read from the Bible. Today's story is in the book of Luke. Chapter 19. Luke is in the New Testament. Matthew, Mark, Luke, right here. Listen to the word of the Lord. Jesus was going through Jericho, where a man named Zacchaeus lived. He was in charge of collecting taxes and was very rich. Jesus was heading his way, and Zacchaeus wanted to see what he was like. But Zacchaeus was a short man and could not see over the crowd. So he ran ahead and climbed up into a sycamore tree. When Jesus got there, he looked down and said, Zacchaeus, hurry down. I want to stay with you today. Zacchaeus hurried down and gladly welcomed Jesus. Everyone who saw this startled, grumbling, This man Zacchaeus is a sinner, and Jesus is going home to eat with him? Later that day, Zacchaeus stood up and said to the Lord, I will give half of my property to the poor, and I will now pay back 4 times as much to everyone I have ever cheated. And Jesus said to Zacchaeus, Today you and your family have been saved, because you are a true son of Abraham. The Son of Man came to look for and to save people who are lost. This is the word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. Now I'll change the light that's here right now in this room. So it can be everywhere. Here in East Greenbush, all the way to your room. Now let's sing our song together to say goodbye. Go now in peace. Go now in peace. May the love of God surround you everywhere, everywhere you may go.